Statistics. Statistics. Go to English with me. Let's head out to see what these upperclassmen affiliate with politically. Whichever way they swing, we say identification. Let's go. Statistics. To sample t-test. Statistic. Ain't no stopping us now, 'cause we're living the stats like. Our AP Stats project is testing whether the disparity in political views for upperclassmen at Canyon Crest Academy is bigger between men and women or between straight people or members of the LGBTQ+ community. Using the stratified cluster random sample, we had 2 upper-class English classes selected. Our sample of upperclassmen at CCA taking first semester English would fairly represent the population, in which the population of juniors and seniors is roughly equal. Once we had randomly selected classes to survey, every member of the class was to be surveyed. Surveying every student in a class does not violate the random condition for inference because kids for each class are for the most part placed randomly. Responses to our statistical questions were collected through an online survey via Google form, which would avoid response bias due to each student doing it individually. Therefore, the conditions for randomness, independence, and normality are satisfied. After first receiving our raw data, we were able to calculate the mean score and standard deviation and then place it into graphs. Afterwards, we were able to begin our t-test at the 0.05 significance level. For our first male-female analysis, after calculating our data with a 5% significance level, we were able to reject the null hypothesis. There is convincing evidence that the mean ranking for political affiliation is different among male and female students at CCA due to our p-value being less than 5%. For our second LGBTQ analysis, after calculating our data with a 5% significance level, we were able to reject the null hypothesis. There's convincing evidence that the mean ranking for political affiliation is different among LGBTQ+ and non-LGBTQ+ students at CCA, due to our p-value being less than 5%. The disparity in political views for underclassmen at CCA is bigger between members of the LGBT community and straight people than between men and women. While the 2 sample t-tests for a difference in means show convincing evidence that the mean ranking for political affiliation is different among LGBTQ+ and straight people and men and women, this means that if there were no difference between men and women and straight and LGBTQ upperclassmen at CCA, the probability of our cluster random sample selecting people in these groups with views as or more different than those in the sample was smaller for the LGBTQ+ versus straight group than it was for men versus women, suggesting that there is a greater disparity in political views for the former group than the latter among upperclassmen at CCA.